go. You don't go. If I touch it, then it's go. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Sticking up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Pins that mail make it come treat it. Spin make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me a hero. Heavenly, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go up, and I go. If I touch it, then it's go, then it's go. I'm the best, and you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank. It's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here we go, set. 52 blasters.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Bateman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. But when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Ravens are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 41-yard line. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. So opening drive, 3rd down. They go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. A slant route caught by Bateman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 21. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Isaiah Likely. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Jefferson. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive. And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it? Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it. On 2nd and 2, Jones. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's got it. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 2nd and goal from the 1. Akers will score. Touchdown, L.A. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those...
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
17. Wait.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Tua. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. That's out to the flat for Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on third and 5, third and 6, third and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Jones throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, here's a run by Akers. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Here comes the Rams punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Odafe Oweh there on the tackle. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing, Jones. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. This will be taken at the 10. And now off to the races, down the right side, past the 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Tua. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Throwing quickly for Mark Andrews.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Another run here with Dobbins. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A give up the middle to Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team, both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
On 3rd down, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Dobbins trying the left side. Taken down at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 47 yards. And the Ravens get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. His guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. To tackle him almost on the spot, that means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a 1st down. Defensively well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roll and picked up big yardage.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Dobbins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Watch out now. 50 series.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times, nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. To throw is Jones. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3 and leaves him with 4th and 1. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that move.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Back to throw is Tua. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. We all just got a heck of a show, Parker. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds